Looking to improve your squad on Ultimate Team? Visit IGGM.com for safe and reliable coins with the link in the description. Use my promo code NA to get 5% off. What's up, guys? I'm pretty excited for this video because for this video we're going to be talking about the 4222, and the 4222 lately has been really popular. I've been seeing a lot of people using games, I've been seeing a lot of people on social media talking about it, and that's for a reason because it's just a really good formation. It's really good in its custom tactics. Now, I think it might be too early to say, but judging with by how people are reacting to it, it might be the next meta. I'm not going to say like definitely that it is because it's too early to say, but with how gameplay is trending lately, it's been really popular. But for these custom tactics, they are not my custom tactics. This video right here is mainly a review from a custom tactic created in our Discord server. I did not create these. However, in our Discord server, we helped to test these basically. And the process was pretty fun. We got a lot of people engaged. We had a lot of testers. So if that's something you want to do in case, there's a future meta or something like that, you can do so with the link in the description, the Discord link. But other than that, I feel like it's really important that we talk about the team that you're going to need, the players you're going to need for this custom tactic, for this 4222, which, as you can see, the team's right here. And it's pretty self-explanatory from the defense and goalkeeper. Obviously, you just need a good defense. And then your two CDMs, as you can see right here, try to have one that you can focus on, or you can defend well with. And what I mean by that is a CDM that you can trust to defend basically, and then you need a progressive CDM, so a CDM that you can trust to build up, to pass a lot. Trent Alexander-Arnold for me has all passing play styles, so he's perfect for that for me. And then my Joao Gomez right here, he has intercept plus, bruiser plus, and he still has passing play styles for what it's worth, but the important part is he's good at defending while still being a really good passer. And then you're gonna have your left cam and your right cam. Your right cam is gonna be the actual cam, but your left cam, honestly, I have Nkuku here, but you can have a cam that, for example, I have KDB on the bench. You could use the KDB here. What I'm talking about is this cam is going to be a midfielder, while this one's going to be the actual attacker, if that makes sense. So obviously, you can put whoever you want here, but think about it this way. This one right here, your left cam, is going to be the one that dribbles a lot, scores or passes a lot, creates a lot. The one on the right is going to be the one that gets into the box, scores a lot of goals, makes a lot of final passes. And then obviously two strikers up front, very self-explanatory. Both of them are advanced forward anyway, so just get the two best strikers you can up front right here. And that brings us to the custom tactic right here, which you can see with the code in bigger text at the top right. And like always, build up style balance, but this time, not this time, but all the time. However, this time it's actually important, but we're having a defensive approach on aggressive, but this time we're using 95. And specifically, the one thing about aggressive defensive approach is what it does is it enables man-to-man defense. This is bigger than just having a high line and an offside trap, automatic offside trap, because to be honest, you can get that when you play with high defensive approach. But we need aggressive on 95 because that right there enables man-to-man defense. And what I mean by that is when you don't have the ball, when you don't have the ball, what this does is every single player on your team is going to be instructed to mark a certain player of the other team. That combines really well with these type of formations, the ones that have 4 defenders and 2 CDMs, because you have 6 players in defense. That's going to outnumber the other team always. So you're going to have each player marking somebody, and then you're going to have basically an extra player or even 2 extra players for you to basically just manually defend with. So that right there is a really good combination. That's why you see a lot of people using it on the 4-2-1-3. It's really easy to use defensively. I wouldn't be too worried about, let's say you think you're a player that you're not very good at the game, with 95 aggressive approach. When you have 2 CDMs, that just makes it so much more easier. And that brings us to the player roles right here. Now, as you can see, this is the whiff ball structure. However, I'm not going to use it to explain the example further, because as you can see, this is kind of confusing to look at. But we're just going to look at this for now. Obviously, 2 strikers advance forward, both of them on attack. I did use a little bit of poacher, and if you want to use poacher, you can. I wouldn't say this makes it any worse. However, the one thing I like about having 2 advanced forwards is the fluidity. I haven't slept in like 16 hours, so I'm probably going to stutter a lot. But as I was trying to say, when you have 2 strikers, having them both on advanced forward Since they're obviously both the same role, what this does is obviously you have two advanced forwards, but they're going to be interchanging what they do. And what a lot of people don't notice about advanced forward is it's a really versatile role. It's very complex and more than just scoring goals. They're going to come short for the ball. They're going to make runs sideways. They're going to make runs backwards. They're going to make themselves a passing option while making runs in behind. It's the one striker role in the game that does everything basically. Hence the name advanced forward. And when you have both of them on advanced forward, they're interchanging what they're doing. So one moment one of them is going to come short, the other one's going to go in behind or take advantage of the player running or coming short. Now when you do something like having one on poacher, yes, you're still going to have the same effects. However, it's going to be more predictable. You're going to have that same player making the run behind and the same player being the more versatile player that comes short. Now for some players this is better because you will have a better understanding of who does what on the pitch. However, if you're a player that likes to play unpredictable, if you like every attack looking different, then having both on advanced forward, I just exited out, oh my gosh, having both on advanced forward is going to be important. And then that brings us to our shadow striker, which as you see with the whiff ball structure, we've structured this to make him behind the two strikers. Now this doesn't mean he's going to be literally behind the two strikers as you'd see in maybe other formations like the, I don't know, like the 3-4-1-2. I know that was popular last year where it was a triangle up front. What this player does is he's going to act as a free roaming attacking midfielder. So what this would look like obviously, now obviously when you don't have the ball, no matter what, that winger or that cam is going to be on the right side. So in build up you're going to have a 3 up front almost. However, this player is going to be like the I can't even control these. This player right here, the cam, is going to be like the free roaming cam. So he's going to start out here, but if you're in build-up, maybe you're taking a little bit longer. Maybe you're not in a counter-attacking situation. You're in a regular tiki-taka, build-up phase. He's going to come out to the left a little bit. He might go all the way to the left. But point is, he's going to be really fluid in his movements. He's going to be covering a lot of pitch, a lot of the pitch of the final third. He's going to be really versatile. So yes, it's really important that you have a good goal scorer here, someone that you can trust to score a lot of goals, because there's going to be games where he's scoring more goals than your strikers, to be honest. And it's also really important that you have the plus here. For this whole formation, it's really important that you have the plus across the board. Obviously, it's pretty easy to get advanced forward double plus, shadow striker double plus, playmaker double plus. But like I said, for this formation, it's really important you just have it across the board. You have it on everybody here. For example, I was playing the Dream Chasers Cup. And I didn't have any pluses because I'm using like base cards and stuff. They're not gonna have a plus, and the gameplay just did not feel good. Players felt slow. Obviously they were literally slow because of their pace, but like players felt slow in terms of reactions, in terms of quick passing. I had a hard time playing, and then I switched to rivals with this main team that I have, which is obviously a much better team, and it felt way better. So yeah, that's that. That brings us down to our other cam right here, and like I said earlier, this doesn't have to be a cam with really good attacking stats. If you have a player that's kind of like KDB, or a maybe like a Zidane or something like that, a cam with really good passing, really good dribbling, even really good defending too, because this player is going to be a midfielder. He's going to play pretty deep, as you can tell with playmaker buildup. And you'll notice in game when you look at your pass maps that you basically have a 3-man midfield, with this player sometimes stepping up, but for the most part he's not really. He'll only step up once there's a chance for him to do so, but for the most part, he's going to be linking the CDMs to the cams, to the 3 up front. But yeah, make sure you have someone here that you can trust to have the ball in a build-up phase. So someone that is strong. Obviously, this card isn't strong, but someone that is strong on the ball, so you're not going to get tackled too easily, because they're going to be building up a lot from here. And it's also pretty useful if you can get pinged pass plus like Zidane does, or what is it called, incisive pass plus. Passing playstyles here are going to be really, really important. Obviously, there's the other 2 CDMs there, but I wanted to mention the wingback support here because this one's going to be super important. And what this does is, obviously, as you can see with the zone map, I said this in previous videos, but the wingback support is basically like a regular wingback that goes up the touchline. However, their main priority more often than not is going to act like almost like a wingback roaming. So for the most part, they're going to be in this position that you see on this map right here. They're going to be inside. So they're not going to be going too far away from their defensive role. So when you lose the ball, they'll come back pretty fast, especially if you can get that double plus, which double plus right here, like I said, is going to be really important. But the whole point of this wingback right here is, so basically this cam has a friend almost in build up. So you'll notice a lot of times you'll have a lot of really good passing scenarios with this. You'll be able to do a lot of 1-2s. But off the ball, when this player doesn't have the ball, I mean, he's occupying a area for this camera area, as you can see in the map, to have more freedom to step up. And what I'm saying here is AI in this game, positional AI, is mostly reactive to circumstances. And what I mean is, especially when you're talking about a player right here or a player like this role that has a big map and a big area to explore, if you can get other players into his area, like kind of like a game of Minesweeper, for example, if you can get players into his area, the area that he's actually going to occupy becomes smaller, or he's going to go into other areas instead. So having this wingback on support to help your CDMs build up will allow your cam, when having the opportunity to do so, to step up more often. Now obviously your wingback support is not going to always go in your cam's area. Sometimes he's going to go down the touchline, as you can see with the map right here. And when that happens, obviously you still get the advantage of a player going down the touchline. You're going to have a width right here, but like I said, that passing angle that you get when this player makes a run in behind and this player has an incisive pass, boom, it's just, you'll see in game. Hopefully I have one of the clips for it, but you get a really good passing scenario from these two, a lot of value. But that brings us down to the playmaker build-up right here. I love playmaker build-up. It's a very, very broken role. Like, it's quite literally broken, because you have a player that's a CDM, but you get attacking value out of them like they're a regular center mid. It doesn't make sense. It's really OP, but they literally attack like a center mid, but they defend like a regular CDM. So if you ask me, they should probably just remove it entirely, because it's that OP, but I don't make the rules, so we're gonna use it while we can. Other than that, it occupies a good playmaking position on the right side, or the center right side, so it's really important that we have them. But that brings us down to our holding roaming, and like I said, reactive AI. What I mean by that, wingback steps up, roaming, as you can see with the wider map, he's going to cover that space. Now it's not going to literally run all the way over here, because if you wanted to do that, you would want to use wide half, but wide half sucks. I don't like wide half at all. You're better off just using holding roaming, and he, especially if you can get that double plus where he can cover ground more quickly and more effortlessly, he will basically have that area in mind in build up. And then obviously that brings us down to your two center backs, both on defend and defend, and your fullback defend right here with your keeper on goalkeeper defend. But that's all. Like I said earlier, guys, this custom tactic I did not create. And I'll do a lot of videos like this more often, because obviously I can't be the one that creates a custom tactic every single time. So let me know down in the comments how you like this custom tactic. I'm sure you'll like it, because the other members that we tested, or that had tested this, they love this custom tactic. So, and I loved it myself personally, so I wouldn't be too worried about how it does. I'm sure it'll do great for you. But yeah, like I said, just let me know down in the comments. Some advice I would give though, however, is I really recommend you take your time with this custom tactic. For me, it took me a couple games to get used to it, because I was so used to, custom tactics like the 4-2-1-3, the 4-4-1-1, which they have their own niche to it. I have a lot of muscle memory with those formations, and then I'd play this formation, and then I felt a little bit lost for a second. It might hit right off the bat for you. If it does, that's great. But for me, it took me a moment. But then after like 3-4 games, if every game felt like clockwork. I was winning games by like 8 goals and things like that. Mostly because people weren't rage quitting division rivals, but yeah, I was still scoring a lot of goals. But yeah, other than that, guys, that's all for this video. If you have any questions, let me know down in the comments. Go ahead and like and subscribe if you haven't already. But for today, guys, that's all.